Hey, curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
Welcome to the podcast and our special guest.
Woohoo! Hello.
What do you even go by?
I have so many names at this point. I don't know.
No, it's podcast Kerry.
Curiosity
Podcast,
Kerry.
Curiosity Kerry.
Cowgirl Kerry.
Close Talker Kerry.
Yeah.
Kielbasi Kerry.
Curious Kerry.
Yeah, so it goes with the theme. So welcome to our podcast. We answer your questions, and all you have to do is email them to brownbag@wnep.com. One word, brownbag@wnep.com. And boy, do we get a lot of weird ones.
We do.
Now, I'm going to
So
ask you guys if I can break the rules since I invented this podcast.
Well, I guess if
We don't have a
they're
choice.
Well,
his
if you
rules.
strictly say no, I won't do it. But this
Go
one
ahead.
is kind of...
Wait, is this a pre-picked question?
Yes, but I just got it off the
pre-read it?
Yeah, I got it off the printer now, and I said, oh, I got to give it to her. Because you know my whole life is picking on Mindi.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
boy.
You want to read this one then, or no?
You go ahead. You read it.
This seems like
Marianne
it's breaking
Clark.
a lot of rules.
I know. I know.
But we'll
Already.
allow it.
Marianne Clark wants to know. So curious. Joe has Wham Cam. John has Pennsylvania Road. Nikki is always out reporting in the community. Stacy Lang does the photo link. Why are you so lucky to only have to do the newscast, Mindi Ramsey?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's a
I'm
good
glad
question.
the light is being shown.
That is a good
And I
question.
hope management is watching so they give her extra duties.
Well, I am working tomorrow.
Oh, no, she's stretching. Come on. This
Are
girl
you
needs more
working
to do.
tomorrow? I am doing a career fair with Kerry Kearns.
Mindy-
We are talking to kids for hours tomorrow in Scranton, telling them about the broadcasting career.
All right.
So if you'd like to join me, Joe, you're more than welcome to.
Joe, was that bad of me to do?
Yes.
Maybe.
I also have one other special favor. This is a present that was sent to us.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
presents to Mr. Curiosity?
Yeah, it says Mr. Curiosity and Crew. This one, I opened up just a little bit and I saw these.
Stop.
Oh.
Actually, I need a new one of these.
So these are loofah thingies.
No, they're to clean his bathroom.
Yes.
And remember, this is a tradition of the podcast, so I have
Kerry just quickly brushes it aside.
Here we go. I had the privilege to meet Joe on his Gojo bike ride and spoke to him about loofahs. I may be the only one who doesn't think that Joe is crazy for using the loofah to clean the shower. I have been doing this for years prior to hearing him talk about it on the podcast. Don't knock it till you try it. I have enclosed a few loofahs for Mindi, Joe, a special guest, and John. And Joe, there is a loofah for you to use just for cleaning so you can stop using Don's.
Oh, we do get one, so we can each clean with a loofah.
Oh, nice.
What
It's
color
a
do you
great
want,
day to be
Kerry?
alive. Not only
I'll
is
go
it
with
to
blue, just 'cause it
catchphrase, but it's
matches.
she wants this on her gravestone. Great day to be alive.
Black or
Your crazy
purple?
fan, Amber from Riverside. So
Oh, that's so nice.
this
you
is.
go black
would you
or
guys
purple or gray?
please?
I'll go purple.
Will you please try this?
Okay.
Yes.
You will not believe. You can just use soap, shampoo. You don't have to use harsh chemicals to clean
You
your
just use
shower.
toothpaste.
Whatever's in the shower.
Whatever's in there, and you just put it on here, and you.
Shaving gel.
And it really does well?
It cleans better than everything, and it doesn't
I'll try it.
scratch.
Should we
Right.
take a video?
Change your life.
Should we take a video of us doing that and see?
That's. I don't want to see you naked if that's what you're asking.
Joe, come on. No, you think I clean naked? I don't clean naked.
We better get another question.
I know, right? Carrie, I think it's your turn.
That's the best time to clean when you're taking a shower.
All right,
Then you
la, la,
clean
la,
it with
la, la,
this.
la, la.
So now we know what you're
So wait, you do it while you're still in the shower?
I thought everyone did. So when you're done taking a shower, wait, when you're done taking a shower, you get the loofah and then you clean it.
But
and
that
then-
defeats the purpose because you're clean and then you're going to get dirty again. With
How by doing this?
Well, anyway, let's
Anyway.
move on.
Yeah, we should
really
probably
better
move
move
on.
on.
I don't know where that bell is, but thank you.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Marianne.
Hi,
Clark?
Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Marianne. This is from May. So
Oh, okay.
That's all
We
right.
do
Well,
small ones.
that's the point of this.
Yeah.
Some
All
of them
right.
are years old.
watching the May 1st podcast, and Joe asked for awkward questions. So here goes.
Did I ask her?
Probably.
Joe, what is the deal with your hands? I've heard you state you hate your hands. Are they so flat from all the years of gripping bicycle handlebars?
Oh, hey, did I say I hate my? I have short, chubby little fingers. Look at them. That's what I said. And I bite my nails.
They're like hockey hands.
Yeah, so I have
Hockey
ugly
hands.
hands. And look, they look like 5 mozzarella sticks. That's
You know,
what they
I've
look
never
like.
looked
They're
at your
short.
hands so closely before.
And
Now
they're
I
chubby.
right?
Now I see mozzarella sticks.
Look at the
Now
nails.
I'm hungry.
I bite my nails too, so that's why I'm not a hand guy.
You're not
You're
a
not a
hand.
hand. You're not a hand model.
No.
I'm not a hand model.
And you're not a foot guy either.
I'm not a foot guy, no. So that's probably what that stemmed for. But I want everyone to know we can turn this into a science lesson.
Oh, okay.
My ancestors came from Northern Europe, where it's cold for thousands of years. And if you are a short, stocky, chubby little finger person like me, it means you come from a cold climate, and that's your adaptation.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, cold adapted.
Because if you had long fingers,
Well,
they
when you're stretched out, just think of the long distance runners from Africa. If you come from a warm climate, everything could be long. You don't have to conserve surface area because there's not a lot of cold there to protect the inside. So
Interesting.
Yeah, usually
fascinating.
short, stocky
It's the
features.
extremities that get cold first. So, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And that determines nose size, height, finger size. A lot of things are all because of climate adaptation of your ancestors.
Who knew?
Yeah, and other things, but that's
You
pretty cool.
blow my mind every day,
Get
Joe.
out of here.
Get
Let me
out
see your
here.
fingers, John. Big, long fingers
Not really. They're about normal,
You're
right?
normal.
Yeah, pretty normal.
for a tall guy.
All right. Here's from Jeffrey. Would you rather fight off 50 duck-sized... Would you rather fight off 50 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Oh, this is good.
Oh
this
my
is good. Good.
goodness.
I'm trying to picture this.
All right, so
50
you're being
ducks
attacked.
By little horses.
The horses that are this big.
So like miniature ponies,
That are the
basically.
size of ducks,
50
and
of
there's
them.
50 of them. Or
Okay.
there's one that's a duck that's the size of a horse.
I think I'd rather have the one duck the size of a horse.
But ducks are
That
nasty.
they can get nasty with that beak, and
I
that
know,
beak
but
is
then
so
you only have
hard.
to watch one, whereas all these like are surrounding you. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? That
But
can
little
be dangerous.
horses, what are they going to do to damage you?
You can just keep kicking
That
them.
big beak could hurt.
So do you guys, when you're approached sometimes and you see a duck and it's coming at you and squawking, you know you can just kick it and end its life. But it has such attitude.
They have attitude.
Especially the geese.
Yeah, I'm thinking
yeah.
it
And the
may know
swans.
something that I don't know.
It
And
might.
it goes to show you how attitude makes a difference. Because
Yeah.
I can
'Cause they'll
destroy
go
them.
after you.
They'll go after me and I run.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go against a duck, but I know I can destroy it.
Wait, are you talking about ducks or are you talking about like larger, like a swan or
I'm
something?
talking about, I'll throw
Even
them all
ducks.
together. Ducks, geese, swans.
Ducks don't seem that dangerous or scary to me.
I've
Even
seen-
if they come at you.
They don't seem
know.
dangerous, but yet, I think I was like, wow, what do you know that I don't know? And I will back off because of its attitude.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's a
they're
good life
feisty.
lesson right there.
Yeah, but it is. But to answer your question, what are you choosing, John?
I think I'm going to go with the 50 duck-sized horses.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I could just keep kicking.
And
Where's that big beak? I'm afraid of the big duck
yes.
beak.
And
I don't know. I feel like if I had a sword, I could just go whoosh, and then the duck.
There's no sword in this scenario.
Because when those ducks get moving that bill,
Oh, yeah.
it's,
Forget it, yeah. Bop,
And
bop, bop.
horses can't really bite. They're going to have those little vegetation
They
teeth.
can bite.
They-
Not,
But
50
not if it's
little ones,
just
50
little.
little ones are going to have little mouths like this, Mindy.
Yeah, but think about a little mouse or a rat. They can really bite, and they can hurt
true.
you. Yeah.
I'm
I
going
don't
with
want
the
either
50.
of them.
I'm going with the 50, too.
I'm
What do
going
you
with the
think?
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
You're the only one
Go
taking
with the
on a
one.
horse.
taking the
Duck.
big duck.
I can take the one. I'll get a big stick.
Who cares about that attitude?
Right.
That's right.
Mindy's feisty.
Oh boy.
She's used to feistiness.
All right, this is from Thomas. And Thomas, I want to tell you right now, you're opening a can of worms.
Oh, beautiful. This
Here
is
we
what
go.
we
Thomas,
like.
you're creating problems, you're creating controversy.
Perfect, here we
Okay,
go.
here we go. What are Joe's thoughts on people who use their bike for exercise, but that bike is an e-bike?
I think we did this
Oh,
one
we
before.
did, yeah.
Let's not get into it.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't want to upset the
has that
You don't
been
want
in,
to upset the
podcast before?
1-800-228-WNEP. That's the talkback number.
But if they're asking me for my opinion on something, I should give it without them being offended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
it's your
hate
opinion.
everything about e-bikes. They should be called motorcycles, and that's the end of the story.
Okay.
Okay, can I take another question?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because we decided not to do that. Okay. Hello, morning crew. This is from Jennifer from Pottsville. You all do a fantastic job on the plus. Wasn't that nice?
Yes.
Aw, thanks, Jen. Question for Joe. My husband thinks you are a frustrated stand-up comedian. Are you? You don't want to be a weather guy on TV. You'd rather be a stand-up comedian.
Define frustrated ending, frustrated artist, frustrated cook. What does it mean?
It
Someone who
means-
wants to be that's their thing and they
right.
never made
You'd
it.
rather
But
be a
they never
stand-up
made it.
comedian than
Like a hack
a
almost,
weather
like a-
guy.
You
Yeah.
tried it you tried it as a career and it didn't work.
Yeah, like a
That's what
washed-up
I would think of as a
comedian.
frustrated
Yeah.
comedian. Yeah.
So
I don't
what's it-
think so. I never
No?
had a desire to be a stand-up comedian. No. But I know many people accuse me of being too silly in the forecast, so maybe that's where that comes from. But
Probably.
Probably.
Yep.
would I like to be like If I had the talent, Jerry Seinfeld or anything,
you could-
that'd
you
be
could do
awesome. I
that.
think that would be an awesome.
You
way.
have a quick wit like a comedian has. You can come up with funny things real fast, and I think that's a talent for a comedian.
True.
And I like to make people lighthearted and silly and fun and
Yeah.
laugh. So
Right.
that would be a skill. I wish I had that. So I guess I am a frustrated comedian.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for
Even though
bringing
you
that up.
never really wanted to be a comedian.
Even though I never really wanted to be it. But this is a therapy session, so yes.
Okay.
I will beat up 50 duck-sized horses, and I would like to be a stand-up comedian.
Is that
all
what we
right?
do
If
here?
I
Is
had
this
the-
therapy?
If I
Yeah,
had
this
the
is what it
skill.
feels like right
and
now.
we just
And
invite
I
all the
do
viewers in.
clean my shower naked with a loofah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Where's
I'm
that
telling
bell?
you guys that, and
Joe,
everyone
I
should
just don't
try.
need that image in my
Let's
head.
explore your feelings on this a little more.
Yes.
In this therapy
You have a lot
session.
to unpack
Oh, is it my
here.
turn?
It's your turn. Do we need to call the teledoc and get some therapy?
Let's get into that. Did you ever really use that or not?
No, I haven't, but I think it's probably a wonderful.
Yeah, our
I
company
know
always
people
gives-
who have used it, not necessarily for
What's
therapy,
this,
but
the
for
like
just.
company therapist?
Well, there
that
is
you
a
can
company
call and-
therapist, but there's
Yeah.
also
Or even if you have
just
like,
a doctor.
if you have a fever.
Oh,
or
we've
you're
used
sick or
the
something.
telehealth
Right.
that they have,
Yeah.
that the company has, that you can get like free.
Right. Because
Medical.
otherwise, you're going to pay hundreds of dollars for a test or something, you know?
Yeah. And really, what you do in front of a doctor most of the time is not touchy-feely. It's just you're looking at him and he's looking at you, so why not
Right.
do it over the web?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things it works for it.
Here we go. Howie says, hello, morning crew and possible special guest. That's you.
Oh boy.
Joe, I think you've heard talk about professional wrestling before when you were growing up. Who was your favorite professional wrestler, and did you ever go to the Scranton Catholic Youth Center to watch wrestling? Yes!
You did?
You did?
So, I thought I'd mentioned this before. This is the deep topic. All right, so I remember being 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and my grandmother was really into wrestling.
So was my grandma.
It was a thing, I think, for that generation. Ivan Putski, Chief J. Strongbow. Give me more. Come on. You
I don't know.
you
Macho
know
Man? Randy Savage?
Macho Man a little later on.
A little later on, yeah.
But my mom then would take me as a kid with my friends because she thought I liked it, and I never liked it.
You didn't like it.
Oh, that's
didn't like
funny.
So I would go, and I never want to hurt her feelings and say, I don't want to do this.
That
Because
is
it
so
just
funny.
didn't appeal to me.
Right.
Especially once puberty starting to hit 11, 12, 13, I'm like, get me out of here. But I remember waiting to get their autograph at the CYC in Scranton and just going along with it. My buddy liked it too, he would go with me, but I was never really into it. A lot of people are, my brother is, but I'm not a professional wrestling guy. I hate anything fake, and that's all fake.
Yeah.
It is? Don't tell my grandma that. She would have been very upset.
My brother and I used to love watching it.
So
And
give me some names,
We
eh?
would have been the era Macho Man, Randy Savage, obviously Hulk Hogan, like
Oh,
that.
yes.
That era. But then my mom banned it. Then
Wait
we
a minute,
couldn't
the-
watch it because my brother would try all of that on me, and he was 5 years older, and she banned it. We couldn't watch wrestling
So
anymore.
the opposite, your mother's banning it, my mother's encouraging
Yes.
it. So he would try the moves on
Oh
you?
yeah,
You-
all the time.
But then can you tell us what happened once he did that, though?
When he broke the furniture,
Exactly.
Oh, so
he broke the couch,
was
he
the-
broke a lounge chair.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
what was the
yes.
move, do you remember? Flying Schnucka?
I can't remember. I mean, he'd do all the different moves.
That's
Get
so
out.
funny.
And furniture actually broke.
What was the one off the high wire? The like with your
Oh,
elbow
that-
and
oh,
comes
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
flying suplex or
He did
something
that
like
to you?
that. Yeah, he did that on the couch. He did it off the top of the couch. I'd just be laying there watching TV.
Oh
and
my
he'd come
gosh.
and-
You're lucky he didn't break you.
Yeah.
I mean,
But were you like the
my-
mommy crying guy? Like to help stop, or no, were you having fun too?
I would go along with it until it hurt. And then I'd start crying. But my mom would never, like, even though he was bigger and he was the one that could inflict more pain, it was never, he wouldn't be the one yelled at. It was always both of us.
Oh.
Because she knew I was just as much a part of it as he was.
I don't know. It seems like he was older. He was more mature. He should have been the one in trouble. Don't you
No,
think?
It was
No?
both of us.
All right.
Should we recreate
We broke
some of
that
the
couch.
moves?
We broke that
should.
couch so many
Let's
times.
do it now.
Oh, wow.
Remember
Yeah.
the glow? You guys could be the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, Mindy and Kerry, right now.
I used to want to be a female wrestler.
You used to want to
just
be a
because I
glow
wanted
girl.
to like to dress up and just jump
Yeah.
off the do all those
Yeah,
But
I
you
could
know,
see you doing that.
because I did a lot of theater, so I'm always like dressing up and wearing outlandish costumes and just being obnoxious. So
This is perfect for you.
it would, if I ever
This
needed
could be your
a
second
change,
career.
You
Yeah.
know what? You want to be a comedian. I want to be a female
it's
wrestler.
all coming
Wow.
out. It's
Oh,
all
there we
coming-
go.
Mindy secretly wants to
You
be a
wait.
librarian.
I do.
I mean, a butter maker.
Butter maker.
Pilgrim.
Butter making
John
will be my
secretly wants to be a
hobby.
meteorologist, so it's
I
all
do.
coming out.
It's all coming out.
So
So did
Oh
you
my.
watch the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling Glow Network?
No, I just.
Wait, was that a network?
Oh, that was the thing.
No,
yeah.
I didn't watch that.
I used to watch it just to see the chicks. Who's up next?
Me. Let's
In
change
cool
this.
outfits.
I didn't even know there was such a thing.
I just like
yeah.
spandex, like you, Joe.
Yeah, Joe loves spandex. He wears it all the time.
This is. We may have done this one.
If it's a repeat, that's okay. We
Do you
can
sleep
repeat.
with the fan on? Did we?
We
do
never
that?
did that. Oh,
don't
that's a
think
great
so.
All right,
question.
this is from Chris from 44.
I think that's an awesome question.
Yeah,
Where
that's
do
a
you
good
go on that?
question.
Yeah.
Do you sleep with the fan
I
on?
can't sleep without a fan.
I need white noise.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think with this shift, just because I'm a light sleeper, so I have to have either a fan or maybe a dehumidifier or something. And I do get hot sometimes too, so if I have the ceiling fan on. But I don't want like one that just blows on you, because in the middle of the night, I'm just like, oh.
Are you a hot sleeper? Like
I am
you-
a hot sleeper.
Like
Yeah.
Are you? So if I touch your head, are you like all sweaty and hot?
Usually, like my hands and feet are cold, but my body is hot, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's you get over 40 and then you start getting sweaty and cold at the
These
same
things
time.
happen.
John,
Yeah.
you're a hot sleeper. You said. Right?
I'm a hot sleeper.
Do you have a
in the summer, I sleep with the ceiling fan on.
Yeah.
But I not in the wintertime.
Would you try it in the winter? I bet it'll change your life. I do it
think
all
so?
year round. Yeah, because the noise and the flow of air, it's awesome.
I used to be that it had to be really quiet to sleep. No sound machine, no fan, no
What?
nothing. I didn't like any noise. But now I have to drown out all the noise
All
in the
the
house.
noise,
So I have
yeah.
a noisemaker that I have running.
Yeah, I love a fan when I sleep. I
have a
absolutely
ceiling
love
fan?
it. Yeah. I don't have a ceiling fan, but I just have a fan. And I love the noise of it.
Yeah,
My
fans are
husband
great.
says it sounds like a jet engine, but I don't think so. I think it's just
I
a
like the
nice.
ones,
You have
those
it all
like
year?
big box fans
All
from
year
like
I have a
the.
ceiling
yeah.
fan.
Yeah,
Is
Ceiling
yours,
fan.
is yours on in the winter too? Your fan?
No, it's not usually.
But you think I should run my ceiling fan in the winter?
Yes. Don't you love that cool feeling and the breeze and it makes you
I do
want to
like
cuddle
that, yeah.
more? Yeah.
Who
Oh my
wants to
God.
Cuddle with Jet more.
Yeah.
right,
Cuddle
look,
with the
it's my
blankets,
Algo
cuddle
Box
with
cuts
anything
back.
that's around. Yeah. John's going new. New.
All
This,
right.
is the
New-ish.
this is the newest batch that just came in. The fake interview. Well, these are all great questions, don't you think?
Yeah.
Kerry, you should try the loofah thing.
All right, I will, and I'm gonna wear clothes.
You'll
though.
have the cleanest shower ever.
I'll wear spandex into it, clean.
John's previewing it. What are you
This
doing?
actually, he said something about this week, which is
Oh,
kind
really?
of funny.
Perfect timely.
Joe, you've gone on record ridiculing people who put pineapple on pizza. That's all fine and dandy.
Uh-oh.
But I'd like to know if you encourage or condone the most horribly atrocious taste bud torturing act known to mankind, putting ketchup on a hot dog.
Oh.
Yuck.
Oh,
I do
my.
not do that. I do not.
You
do
just said that this week. Who puts ketchup on a hot dog?
yeah,
you
isn't that
did. I
something I
remember
did?
that.
Yes.
So weird.
No, I don't do it.
No.
I know it's
He
weird
was
to not do
questioning
it.
like who would do that.
I
Because
know.
mustard is the hot dog tradition.
I know technically yes, but I grew up always putting ketchup
Yes,
on a hot
I did
dog.
too, and
Oh,
I
did you?
can't even imagine having a hot dog
Without
Without
ketchup.
ketchup. I like ketchup and relish.
I
Yummy.
like ketchup and onions and a little mustard.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's
no
funny
rules
that
to
he
food.
thinks it's the grossest thing ever done to mankind.
Now who is this?
This is BL.
Okay.
BL, that wouldn't bother
BL.
me. I just don't prefer it. No, I'd say do what you want with any food you want.
funny that he
There's
thinks
no
it's
rules.
gross.
I know. I think it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. You
That's
put ketchup on everything,
well,
though,
let's
right?
look at the basics. Okay, so you grind up a cow, its muscles,
Okay, thanks.
and you put it in a bun, and then you can.
Is it
put-
a cow or is it a pig?
I'm just saying.
Depends on which kind you get.
And then
Yeah.
you can put ketchup on that.
Okay.
But you grind up a pig and put it in a bun, but you can't put ketchup on that. Like
Oh, you mean for the ground?
Oh, a hamburger versus
It doesn't
Yeah.
make any
Okay.
sense. Only
it doesn't.
one animal you can do this to, and you can't put. None of this makes sense.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do with food, except
Yeah.
pineapples on pizza.
I love pineapples on pizza.
So do I.
And you know what's really funny, actually? I talked to my parents the next day after you were showing my
And
pineapple.
they love it too?
They said, this is so ironic and funny. They're in Iowa, right? They had the same exact pizza that I had the same night.
Oh, because
They-
you got Domino's?
Yeah, I got
Pineapple?
Domino's, and they're like, "We got the same pizza last night. That's so weird." Like,
is funny.
we didn't
That
even
was
know.
that was just a bit. I don't care if you put pineapple on pizza.
Whatever, you care.
I really don't. No,
You do.
to me it just over sweetens the whole thing, and then you lose the taste of the pizza. But there's
then
no
it's not
rules to
pizza.
food. Do what you
But
want.
there's no rules.
Yeah, no rules.
So, ironically, this is a question for me.
Oh.
It's from Doug. Question for Mindi, but all can answer.
Oh, here we
so
go.
this is an all play. All right. Remember you
play.
play?
Yes.
Yes.
What was that, Pictionary?
Pictionary. Yeah. Did you guys play Pictionary?
Yes.
I love that game. Okay. Question for Mindi, but all can answer. When you go hiking, are you packing heat?
Whoa!
Whoa. Right. Right. It's a good question. Some people, I'm sure, probably do.
Oh yeah, of course.
Maybe you
yeah.
don't want to admit that you do or don't because now it'll leave you vulnerable.
That's true. Good point. Maybe I'm just packing pepper spray. Now, I'm not really a gun girl. I mean, I know there's a lot of gun
let's talk about
fans.
weapons. I never shot a weapon in my life. I don't
Never.
even know what it's like to hold a gun or no.
Oh.
Really?
No, never.
Wow.
Except the BB gun.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
shot a gun, but I don't like to. I don't feel comfortable carrying a gun, just because I think if you have a weapon that you're not really comfortable with, someone could use it against you. To take it off and use
So
it.
did
against
you have shot a weapon though?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've.
And John's a hunter, of course,
Yeah,
so
I've
he's a
shot
big
guns
weapon
lots
guy.
of times.
Yeah. But I like to carry something like pepper spray
Mm-hmm.
or
Pepper gel.
something like that. Or I had, when I was in Idaho, because I didn't want to carry a gun, I had like a knife that I carried just in case.
You have one on you now?
Yeah, Joe, I have it with my
Strapped to her leg.
my ankle monitor here, my prison release monitor. No, I don't carry it to work, obviously, but if I'm going somewhere and I'm just uneasy about maybe there are bears, or not like I'm going to go head to head with a bear with a knife, but it makes me more comfortable. Yeah.
No, I get it. But we take I told this to my daughter a couple weeks ago. I said, we take this for granted as men. Like, there's not a one time in my life, John, that when you're out in the woods or hiking or biking, you think, oh, some creeper is going to attack me.
No.
But that's every moment for a woman.
It
like,
is-
it's
it
a,
is
it's a world
honestly-
we don't even know.
It is so scary, and I think men just do not understand
Yeah,
that
we don't.
feeling. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really, it's very real, and it's bothersome.
Yeah.
And it's happened like running. I was training for a half marathon, and I remember I was running with a girlfriend, and we were on like a trail in Scranton, and I remember we saw this guy with like hunting gear, and it wasn't even hunting season, and he had like guns, and she's like, all right, what do we do here? Because it was just like, there was just two of us and this
You
guy
just
was
don't know.
walking. And it was like that fear of, what if I was by myself and I wasn't with a girl, and
and
everything
God-
was fine.
Right, no, I got
But
you.
you're always vigilant about stuff like that.
As a woman.
As
But
of
from a
course.
guy's perspective, I'd love to be on a trail and have some woman jump out of the woods and put me in a suplex. An old wrestling
And see,
move.
that's
that
where we're
would be- Joe,
different.
Wouldn't
It's
that
so
be,
different.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
awesome, though?
Yeah. But we just in the news this morning had surveillance video of
Yeah.
a guy in a
The
creeper
mask,
mask
yes.
chasing a woman
Yeah.
in
While
she was
Philadelphia
jogging, yeah.
and asking her if she's ready to die.
I know. It's
And we also had video in Pittsburgh of a guy that was following women home from a bar right to their front door. Like, that's scary.
It's real and it's scary, yeah. My sister and I went backpacking in Europe back when I was like 23 years old, and she was like 17, I think. And my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, had gone backpacking in Europe the summer before. And his experience was so different from mine, because there were times where there were just men that were like following us around a small town, or just there were times where it was really scary.
creepers.
Yeah, and it's just a bad feeling.
We only have a minute left. Let's end on a positive note and
Okay.
a fun note. So who's up next?
I just did that one,
You-
right?
Oh, I'm up next.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
packing heat. I'm
Question
gonna
Make
go.
it a quick
Mindi.
one.
So Doug, the answer is
She's packing heat.
I'm
That's
not
what she's
packing
doing.
heat, but
All right,
that's
as I lay in bed Saturday night, July 18th, I begin to think about the dog sledding, and that led me to wonder, how many chihuahuas would it take to pull a dog sled with an average-sized male on it? This is good. I have to guess over 100. What would your guess be? Well, we can do the math. All right, how many chihuahua weighs what?
I don't know, 10
probably 10
pounds?
10 pounds. And what's your average dog on a dog sled? Probably.
120 pounds, maybe?
Yeah.
So 10, I'd say 70, 80.
There
70,
you
80
go.
chihuahuas, don't you think?
And even that, the logistics of getting that to work would be really hard.
It'd be really,
What
really
about
hard.
what about
To have
50
like ropes on 100 and some
Yes.
chihuahuas, like, all right, go! And all those little dogs running to get the sled to move.
What about the miniature horses? 50 miniature horses?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
we come
Oh,
full
yeah.
circle.
Yeah, we have to.
We've come full circle.
Or the big
Yes.
duck. She had just a big duck just.
Oh
trucking
yeah, you
that
could have just
sled.
one duck
That
and
one
just
big
like
duck
one
could
big
pull
duck.
the sled.
yeah.
Or one creeper guy on a trail dressed in camouflage
That
pulling
could be
the
it,
sled.
too.
Could be,
See,
yeah.
we're
There
gonna
you
Make him
go.
pull the
We're
sled.
gonna make him
You
pull
know
the
what? He
sled.
can pull it.
Yes.
And I'll be like, mush, mush, mush. Right? Sorry, not appropriate, right?
All right, keep the questions coming. brownbag@WNEP.com.
Are
And
we really
please-
gonna use these
Please, everyone,
loofahs?
take your loofah and just give it a try and report back to me.
All right, Joe.
Wash your shower and bath with
Wash
a
the
loofah.
And
shower.
just all I can use is like body wash or something like that. I'm not using
You don't
scrubbing
even have
bubbles.
to use any abrasive.
Just use Irish
solution.
Spring.
Irish
Anything,
Spring, okay.
soap, shampoo, doesn't matter.
Circular motion, back and forth.
Wax on.
Whatever's
make-
comfortable.
Wax off.
And make sure you do it naked after the shower.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Joe.
Bye,
Come
everybody.
on. Bye.